Hello, friends. This is Cassandra Joan Butler along with you, providing a little vignette on a moment in our lives which is quite auspicious. I'm so excited to talk to you about I call it the empathic portal, the intuitive portal of 2020, the first of three, by the way. So on February the 20th of 2020, we have an exact lineup of the planet Neptune with our friend Jupiter. Now, these two planets both have something in common because they both are different sides of the idea of spirituality and beliefs and knowledge. They're very different. And I want to explain that difference to you. But when they are lined up in what we call a sextile aspect, a 60-degree aspect, we take notice. It's a time in the next few months, and it happens again in July and also in October. But this is a time for us to step up to the plate and walk our talk and be connected with whatever belief system that gives you joy and gives you your North Star guidance. So what we're going to do is go through some of these intricacies of the Jupiter and Neptune alignment. By the way, I like to give this a calling card. It's as though we are stepping into the truth of our dreams. All right, so we combine these two energies. The truth of our dreams is the calling card of this particular sextile or alignment. So basically, a sextile, this is 2020, basically a sextile is the 60-degree angle between these two planets. So let's first talk about the planets themselves. Neptune is the most psychic and the most spiritual archetypal energy of all the planets. It rules everything from unbridled compassion in God's heart to idealism, to addiction, and to illusion. So, I mean, every planet has a dark side to it, of course, but Neptune's basic quality is the elusive quality of anything having to do with spirit. So it's in the sign that we could lump as the most spiritual sign, Pisces, and it has been there since 2011. Because it's a transpersonal or outer planet, its orbit is very long. It's 165 years. So the last time that Neptune was in Pisces was at the end of the 19th century, around 1848, leading up to the American Civil War. At that time, by the way, friends, this is just a little nugget for you, especially relevant to people who are familiar with the religion of spiritualism. The religion of spiritualism was founded in 1848 when Neptune was in the sign of Pisces. That's a whole other lecture in and of itself. But the religion of spiritualism really acknowledges that people's spirits continue, and it's the religion that's basically headquartered just south of Buffalo, New York, in the beautiful hamlet of Lilydale, New York. Well, in any case, I diverge a little bit. Neptune represents spiritualism and spirit and the beauty and the grandeur of the idealistic world. Remember back in the 19th century, they had the philosophical really belief of transcendentalism, the ability to escape the newly emerging industrial revolution of that time. So anyway, back then, we are repeating this cycle since 2011, and that's going to be in effect for a full 14 years, right? And so we're in the middle of it right now. So here's a question for you. Neptune's in Pisces. It's been there for a few years. How has your spiritual path changed since 2011? How has the world's experience of spirituality changed since then? You might want to think about this, for example, meditation as a legitimate health and wellness modality is so much more accepted than it was prior to 2011. Even astrology is more and more accepted. You can compare the statistics before and after 2011. Psychic yearnings, psychic longings are all part of our culture now. The fun thing to do is actually go into the top television or movie shows prior to 2011 and since then. I mean, how many ghost hunter shows can there be produced since that time, or mediumistic shows, etc.? Again, it's more in the consciousness of the culture right now. So in any case, that's a quick vignette on the planet Neptune. Everything changes, everything disappears, and nothing can be held onto. It is the planet of spirit. So then we have Jupiter in this sextile. He's the other half of our configuration. Jupiter's orbit is a lot faster, of course. Jupiter stays in a sign for approximately 1 year, and it takes around 12 years to go around the sun. I like to call Jupiter Santa Claus. Jupiter is the great benefic. Jupiter represents expansion. It's like Zeus from mythology. Jupiter is the kingpin of our solar system. It's actually the largest in diameter and in actual matter in our solar system. So what's an archetype that fits with Jupiter? I like to call him Santa, because Jupiter is large and expansive. Santa Claus is large and expansive. Jupiter represents travel and education and humor. We would like to say that Santa Claus embodies jolliness, right? And of course, who can say anything bad about Santa Claus? He's so generous. Jupiter is the planet of generosity. It's also the international planet within our psyche, and it's within our natal chart. And when it goes through a sign, it really builds up that particular quality. Well, anyway, it's in Capricorn now. It's going to be in Capricorn right until 2020, right before the great alignment of Jupiter and Saturn on the winter solstice of this particular year. So a lot to say about that as well. So there we have it. We've got Santa Claus and Neptune forming this lovely little sextile. Let me show it to you on the video. We've got Neptune here, 17 degrees. We've got Jupiter here at 17 degrees, forming this perfect alignment, 1746, 1746. A sextile in astrology represents an opportunity. It represents an easy blending between the two natures of these two planets. So wherever this Neptune and Jupiter is falling, it's as if there's a new portal for you of empathic understanding, of knowing what you believe in and standing up for it in such a way. And there's a lot of stuff that's going on here on the 20th of February, of course. If we all know about Mercury retrograde, and sometimes, you know, people have this attitude that Mercury retrograde is the worst thing in the world. It is not, my friends, any more than sleep is terrible, because Mercury literally is retrograde approximately a third of the time, which is aligned with the pattern of our sleeping schedule. A third of our life we're sleeping away in unconscious for rebooting. So that's how I see a Mercury retrograde. We are rebooting during this time frame with the Mercury retrograde until March 10th. And at the same time, the sextile has built a new template for ourselves regarding the idea of what I believe in and the experience of how I believe my philosophy or religious or spiritual beliefs to be. In other words, it's a blending of the following. The truth of our dreams are coming into full alignment here. There you go. Neptune is Glinda from The Wizard of Oz. You know, she's powerful after all. She's still a witch, right? She's got a lot of muscle behind her, but she's considered to be, you know, the gracious, good energy of unlimited compassion. So we've got Glenda, we've got Santa Claus making the 60-degree angle. So here's your theme for today. The truth of our dreams, it's not just for the 20th, will continue this year. What are your dreams? Why do you believe in what you believe in? And it's a great opportunity for all of us to really sit within our own souls and know that we are connected to the God of our understanding. These are psychic doorways that are being opened during these portals, during these sextiles. February 20th, July 27th, and October 12th. These are the exact degrees when they are lined up. Keeping in mind, we've already been experiencing this energy. It's been forming a slow sextile, but I just happened to give the exact times for this. Astrologers love exactitude. You know, we like to cross our T's and dot our I's. So the other aspect of a psychic portal, I would say, other than doing the tools that can help us develop our intuition, such as meditation and retreat and spending time within ourselves, perhaps doing ritual. The other part of that is paying attention to our dreams, because Neptune is considered to be the dream planet. But the interpretation of dreams would fall into the court of Jupiter. Jupiter has the words, and Neptune has the experience of the numinous. So here are some possibilities that you might play with during this week and beyond. You want to walk our talk. Whatever you believe in, don't be shy. Express it. Believe in your own experience of the divine. Just know that that's relevant to you, and stand there and believe with greater confidence that you are being guided. Prayer. You know, I don't know if anyone out there knows this, but if not, run to the Pathfinder News website in St. Louis, Missouri. I used to live in St. Louis many, many moons ago. And for many years, many decades actually, I've been writing an astrology column. So please say hi to them and read some of the articles that I write for that column. This is a big buildup, a little story here, because the editor, Beautiful Rose, was talking about this sextile, and she said, Cassandra, I thought you would be spending some time talking about this. And she said, my biggest concern, and not concern, she said, my biggest contribution or my biggest idea, interpretation of the sextile is that it's truly a time for us to pray. Pray to the God of your understanding during these especially poignant moments in 2020. Also, you know, Jupiter can be very scientific. So I would watch the news in the next couple of weeks and see if there's going to be more stories, perhaps, bridging science with spirit. Again, we're living in this exceptional age of when we're trying to find the qualities that connect these two divergent fields. So there's a bridge going on between proving perhaps spirituality and science being open to it. The whole idea of quantum physics. So that's another article in and of itself, because we're all recipients of this new wave of science. Dream more. Pay attention to your dreams, friends. Reflect more. Reflect and go into retreat, and that will all help you tap into your intuition. So these are just some qualities that may be occurring in your life and the possibilities for this beautiful portal for the empaths. I want to offer this to you as a consideration. I really am a big believer in the archetypal aspects of astrology and combining them with our dream experiences. So I believe that dreams plus astrology can help us with our spiritual and psychic development, leading to a better appreciation of our integrated self. So if you can, please consider starting a coursework with me on 2/25. I'm going to be doing an online webinar that's still open. I think we have maybe 2 more spots left, but I will be repeating this throughout the year, once in July and also in October, because I am such a big fan of doing dream work. And here's a little tidbit for you. When you have a dream, record it. And then as you learn astrology, see what aspects were being made when that dream was existing, because oftentimes the archetypes of the planets express themselves through our unconscious, of course, and what better learning lab for the unconscious to play than at night when we are in REM sleep. So my friends, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a very powerful and exceptionally illuminating portal of new understanding on February 20th and beyond, because it's in effect all year. the exact moment happens to be on the 20th of February. And thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I really do appreciate you. Many blessings, and we'll see you next time.